So we're back again here in Way the Hunter and right back to Transylvania after a really solid hunt in which we killed our first 5-star roe deer and a 5-star pheasant. I wanted to come back here primarily because, if you didn't know, the release date for Tickamoon Plains has been announced. It's going to be August 11th, and I just wanted to get back out here and continue hunting in the game, keep our skills sharp, so that when that map comes out, we'll be ready to hit it full tilt. Now, I was actually a little bit torn about what map to actually hunt today, but I chose Transylvania for one very specific reason, and that is that because we haven't hunted it that much, there's a lot of kind of unexplored territory, and with Tickamoon Plains looming, I think it's going to be good to get back into that mindset of slowly hunting around, trying to discover things for the first time, because once you've fully unlocked a map, there's a lot of kind of like fast traveling around from one spot to the next, checking on particular animals, maybe waiting for something to age. With our Transylvania map, if we zoom out here, a lot of it we have never been on, and I think that'll be good just to kind of get back into that mindset of hunting around a little more slowly and also just kind of being on our toes in case there's a herd of animals in a place that we just don't expect. Like this wild boar, which we almost completely whiffed on, shot too high through the spine there, but a 43% 2-star mature and kind of fitting as well to actually start off with a wild boar, as I think at least in our last hunt we found a future 5-star. He's got a ways to go as far as aging. We're probably not going to see him reach 5-star today, but it's something that I'm hoping to be able to get maybe even before Tickamoon Plains releases. If there's one thing on Transylvania I want more than that 5-star wild boar, by the way, it would be a 5-star fallow deer. We actually should have one if we had any idea how the game worked back when we first started. Literally day 1 of release, we shot a 4-star mature that I think was something like 92%. Absolutely would have been a 5-star if we had just waited and known what we were doing, but since then, we really haven't encountered that many that were decent, and frankly, most of our time spent on Transylvania is going after things like red deer or up in the mountains for mouflon and chamois, so we haven't hunted that many, and we really need to start managing our herds if we want a chance at getting one. As for this guy though, a pretty small looking 1-star adult, and actually is uneven, so that's definitely a good sign, but from what I can tell, we have a red deer calling somewhere in the distance while we're in this harvest screen. Can we see where that was? I think that was the sound that we actually picked up. I figured the distance would be okay. So let's just place a marker over there. Worry about our fallow deer real quick. Double lunged him, and he was at 38%. I find that if they've got decent palms, oh, this was a mature. Well, that's really good we took that out. I guess we were spotting the one in front of it? Well, even better then, but for the adults, I guess we have a mission too. If the palms are decent, typically they're okay to leave. Otherwise, 1-star adults you can take out, but gotta figure out what was going on here. And not that we need the additional credits, but we'll take them to complete that mission. And I gotta think it should still be red deer drink time, so they're probably on their way down to the creek there. I just am kind of surprised we didn't see them. Evidently, he's actually down there by himself, and he is a 1-star adult, so we'll probably leave him there. Like, he doesn't look bad, he's even, and without something else to compare him to. I just don't think we want to take that out. It'd be one thing if there were 2 different 1-star adults standing there. We could maybe take the smaller one, but even at that, it could be like a 6-year-old adult and a 4-year-old adult, and of course the 4-year-old is going to look smaller, even if it's got better genetics. And already, we've got some way better looking fallow deer. We have a 3-star mature here, and there's also, just below this doe, a 2-star mature standing there. If we could get the spotting to work, and I don't know if we're going to because they can see us, we might just have to shoot him and call it good, but as far as genetics go, I think we want to leave the 3-star there. He does look pretty gray to me, so I don't think he's getting anywhere near 5-star, but let's go ahead, take that guy out, and see what we have for that. That 3-star does look solid, and they live to be, I think, like 16 years old. They do have a long life cycle, and a fairly long mature stage. I want to say it's 10 to 16 or something like that, so if he's not actually that gray, he could get close to 5-star, but to me it looked like he's probably on the back half of that maturity state. As for this one, definitely not bad looking. Managed to double on him at 151 yards. He was a 52%. So I gotta imagine a 3-star is gonna be higher percentage than that. And we should be kind of benefiting the herd by taking that out. It's just getting to be like fallow deer and chamois mouflon drink time, so we might get to see a bunch more of them. I think we've got a really good thing going on with this particular herd of red deer. This guy right back here is a 3-star mature. He's a really young mature. You can compare him to this one standing just in front of him, and it's like twice as gray. I don't know what his star rating is, but I'm very confident he is nowhere near as good genetically as that guy standing there. So let's get him. Also very clear, he's quite uneven. And by the way, we haven't gotten the shooter roe deer yet, so we haven't really gotten to introduce this, but running with the 30-06 as our big game weapon today, and I've actually got the 30-30 for roe deer, jackal, badger, whatever we may encounter as kind of smaller games. So I wanted to get that second shot in there just in case. I felt like both should be good, and that looks like pink blood to me, so it should bring him down. And it does actually look like we may have hit vitals both times, because he's laying just off the road here, and I never even saw him start to stumble, so that second shot probably mattered a whole lot, but I will be curious to see. It was right lung the first time, and it would have been a lethal hit based on the red marker here, and second shot was left lung. Not too bad at all, but he was 53%. 2-star mature, much like the fallow deer we just shot. But I think that's going to be a really big deal. I want to check back here. I've already marked this place on the creek and screenshotted it because I really think that 3-star mature, we're going to see 4-star and eventually 5-star mature for him. He's so young to be the size that he is. I bet that's the same group. We better check, because we've had some pretty quality red deer genetics around here. We do have a 1-star mature standing there. Now, he is young as well, but a 1-star mature is just not going to cut it. So let's see if we can get him. Again, 30-06, a little bit underpowered for red deer, but hopefully that's going to get it done, because I don't think we're getting a better shot in there. I mean, not bad. I marked where we shot him at, and he's laying just over there. One of the reasons I actually went with the 1903 today is because if you're newer to Way of the Hunter and, you know, going on to Tikkamoon Plains, a brand new map with a bunch of big game, I kind of was hoping to at least somewhat make the point that this 30-06 is a really solid weapon, even for Class 6 animals, even though it's rated Class 5. I think it's something like 2,000 credits. You can get it for pretty cheap, and it does a really good job on even Class 6 stuff. So if you're going on to Tikkamoon Plains in a couple of weeks when it releases, and maybe don't have the 300 or 338 yet, the 30-06 can get the job done. This guy was 49%, so good to get him taken out as well. And you do see, like, it hit the lungs with a little less than ideal energy. You want to get closer if you can, but it can bring down some of these bigger animals in Way of the Hunter as well. Oh, that's a big fallow deer. That's a 5-star fallow deer. He's on our map already. Who needs managing our herds? We've got one here immediately. That was so obviously bigger than the 4-star we've got. He's super gray as well. We don't have a fallow deer collar or the crossbow. And it's like 1:30. They're gonna leave here pretty soon. I don't think we have time to go back, get the collar, and get the crossbow. I think it could be cool to try to take him with the 30-30. It's just a matter of getting close enough to make sure we hit a lung, because the 30-30 is not super powerful, and these guys are decent sized. I mean, that last one we shot was like 300 pounds. So it's gonna depend. If they see us and we're not within 100 yards, I think we go 30-06. I do not want to lose this. And I don't actually know where they're going. It's as if they're leaving already. Look at the size of that guy. The width, I mean, it's like 3 times as wide as his shoulders. I don't know where they're gonna go from here. We're gonna have to try to sneak up onto the road. And I don't even know. Let's just mark that. I mean, the only thing is, maybe if we alert them, he kind of spins our way. I don't think it's enough, though. This has already taken way longer than I thought it was going to. We've been following them around for forever. And the wind is just not good here. We're trying to really take our time, just make small movements. If we can get a shot with the 30-06, we're going to go for it. I just don't like the distance that we're at here for the 30-30. He's kind of quartering, but I think the 30-06 can do that. Let's wait and see. He's going to turn. And he stepped perfectly for that shot. I can't believe how long that took. I mean, we're not far from where we initially had him, I think. It's that marker down there. But they just wandered all around. They crossed the creek that way. We got kind of close, and then they crossed all the way back. Just slowly following him around, trying to get into position. But we finally downed our first 5-star fallow. It wasn't with the crossbow, didn't get to call him in as close as I would have liked to. But all the stalking around trying to get close, it ended up with a cool experience nonetheless. I don't know if we can get much for a photo here. Maybe kind of like this way. I mean, it's not our best, but I think that will work. At the end of the day, the photo's not the important part. Getting this guy in our Transylvania trophy lodge is. We managed to double lung him, shot right over the heart, and actually got a little damage to the artery and the heart itself. 130 yards away. He was a 92%. That is so fitting. I literally talked about the one that we screwed up in the sense of shooting it too early. Almost a year ago, like within a couple of weeks of having been a year. 471 total score, so they get even bigger than that by a pretty wide margin. But that is an unbelievable looking fallow. I love the frames in Way the Hunter. I think they get them the most correct out of any game that I've gotten to hunt fallow deer in. They are just so cool. We have that 4-star back in our trophy lodge, and we may try to do some kind of multi-mount with this guy, but let's tax that. And I still want to get to use the 30-30. Drink time is over now for everything, for sure. It's basically 3 o'clock now. We could go and look for those roe deer where our 5-star was, but I don't remember there being anything else in that herd to call. I guess it can't hurt to look. Well, this was not exactly the plan, but we've got a little group of golden jackal down here, and I think that could be a good way to wrap up our hunt by using the 30-30. We got a 1-star adult male on the right there. I think they're actually going to calm back down somehow. We don't have a lot of room to get a shot. That'll work. And honestly, I wanted to use the 30-30 because I love the reload animation, and we just didn't get to fire it enough today to get to make much use of it. But got another golden jackal here. This is probably only the second one we killed, and our first one was a 5-star, so go figure. This guy, though, we managed to lung shot at 53 yards, just a little 41%, and I think we'll jump back to the trophy lodge then and get our fallow deer set up. Now, upstairs here, literally, like I said, from day one, we've had our 4-star fallow deer sitting here, just waiting to have this mount added to, and we finally get to throw a 5-star in there. And as nice as that 4-star looked, it is insane just how much more the 5-star has. Like, with palms, I want to take the camera over here and kind of take the FOV back so we can see a little bit better. This probably shows it as well as I'm going to be able to. Everything from the brow tine length, again, to the width, the size of the palms. I think all the tines in general are a little bit longer. And I think body size, which wouldn't actually make that much sense. Maybe it's just the amount of maturity. But the neck of the 5-star does look just a little bit bigger to me. It may have been the angle, but he's definitely grayer. And slowly but surely here on Transylvania, despite the fact that we haven't spent that many hours on it, we're starting to check 5-stars off the list. We've got our red deer, roe deer, jackal, pheasant, got the fallow deer up there, and like I said, we've got that wild boar, which hopefully we can come back and get before the release of Tickapoon Plains. But I think that was really good to just get out there, again, kind of get back in that mindset of discovering a map and taking our time. That fallow deer was in a spot that, as far as I know, we've never actually spent any time. And had we just been running along, buzzing along in a Jeep, who knows if we actually find that or not. So very much looking forward to the release of Tickapoon Plains here soon, but hopefully before that, we can make one trip back here to Transylvania. But anyway, that is going to do it for this video. So as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.